Boom! Santa came early to Call of Duty Black Ops 6, man. We got the Tracer Pack Sweater Ops Reactive. I personally think it looks cool. By cool, I mean stupid. So just understand that. It looks stupid, and that's why I like it. So I'm gonna purchase this thing real quick. We'll go over it, what we get here. So you're gonna get a blueprint for the GPR 91, which is a great assault rifle. This is reactive and has the Festive Fire Tracers. Let's check this out. We'll go to preview. First, check out the gun there. Look at that. See how it's reactive. Looks pretty cool. You know, zoom in there to it. You know, it's reactive. There we go. I can hide the UI real quick for people who want to grab screenshots. There you go. Okay. So, take a look. Not the Tracer, which does look very Christmassy, very cool. But as you'll notice, there is no death effect. Again, every time there's a bundle I want to buy, they don't include death effects. I mean, every single time. Here, let me just show you one thing real quick, right? So they put out this bundle not that long ago. It's only 2,000 points, right? The one I want, or the one we're going to get, is 2,400. So this one you get a skin, and you get 2 blueprints. And look, they found the time to add a really cool death effect to this one that only costs 2,000. Really awesome death effect. Again, just 2,000. And you couldn't do that for like a Christmas sort of a thing? I mean, just off the top of my head, a very simple death effect would be they turn into snow. Boom, right? They explode into snow. That would have been so easy. Another cool one would have been, say their head turns into a gift, like a present, you know, with a bow on top, and then falls off. Again, that would be hilarious. You could have just seen like a ho ho ho, or heard Santa say ho 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 as they, you know, burst into coal or something. Again, there's a million things you could have done for a Christmas-based death effect, and yet they didn't do it. You know why? Because they're lazy, and they know this one's going to sell, so they cheap out every single time, just like they did with the Replacer, just like they did with so many other bundles where they should have had a death effect. I like death effects because they annoy people, right? And if you can annoy somebody, they're going to play a little bit worse, so it helps me out, right? But anyway, there's your Tracer. I think it looks really cool, personally. But again, another missed opportunity for a death effect. So here's our weapon. We'll check out the parts later on, but you can read them there on screen. Not exactly the way I would set it up. And this is also not Mastercraft, so keep in mind, you change any part on here, gonna totally change the look of the weapon. Okay. Next up, we're gonna get 2 skins in this one. So we're getting one for.
I told you to stop calling me, Woods.
For Weaver. I personally don't like Weaver. You know, I'll turn him around for you. I don't like his voice track. It's not, you know, exactly funny, in my opinion. Sometimes he says one eye. That's kind of funny, I guess, but I can zoom in there for you. So pretty cool looking thing. I don't like Weaver as a character personally. But there you go. You get that skin. And then one that I actually do like is Maya.
Time to get my hands dirty.
I like Maya because she has a funny voice track. Whenever you're playing with her, she gets a kill or something, right? So pretty cool skin for her. I do like her facial expression. She looks completely disinterested, which is just funny. Kind of in like a elf looking costume or something here. I'll turn it around real quick. I mean, yeah, you can see it looks like an elf. Oh, that's just funny to me. Especially because she looks just so bummed to be wearing that. Hilarious. Okay, now next up, this looks really cool, right? The Mistletoe, the blueprint for a Wonder Weapon DRI-11 Beamsmasher. But here's the problem. This is only for zombies, okay? So you can't use it in multiplayer. You can't use it in Warzone. You can only use it in zombies, okay? And it's just a blueprint, or basically a skin of, you know, for a weapon that already exists. Now it does look cool, I'll give you that much. If you look at it there, look at that. That does look cool, but you know, is for zombies. As somebody who doesn't really like round-based zombies, which I say in almost every video at this point, it's kind of useless for me personally. But hey, if you like zombies, you get that too. Next up, you get your combat axe skin. Now, a lot of people don't use the combat axe, or once they level it all the way up, they never use it again, because compared to, I don't know, some of the other things that you can use, it's kind of stinks. But it looks cool if you're still trying to level it up, I guess. Now, this is one of the reasons why I want to get this bundle here, for this emote, because I mean that is sure to annoy people after you win, and what other reason to get something other than, you know, to annoy them? Next up, you get a reticle, which I personally think is kind of stupid. I don't like big, heavy reticles. I like, you know, tight, small dot reticles with maybe some lines. My fear is, you know, that those green marks, which is supposed to look like a tree, of course, is going to basically block your target. So that's not going to be very good. But hey, I'll use it as I show this stuff, but I don't think it's going to be good. I guess we'll see. You get a loading screen, which looks cool, but again, it's a loading screen, so who really cares? You see it for like 8 seconds. Gobble Gums. Again, I don't like round-based zombies, so that doesn't really matter to me. But if you play zombies, this is a pretty good one. Next weapon taken from the mystery box comes pack a punched, which is very helpful if you play zombies. All right, so that's a quick overview of it. Again, not a bad bundle. I think the skins are pretty cool. The weapon itself is cool. They just really missed out on having some really cool death effect, you know, for Christmas or something. But hey, let's purchase this bad boy. It's $2,400. Boom, and we will confirm our purchase. Boom. We now own it. $2,400, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. All right, let's go check it out. Let's set everything up. Check it out. We'll go to my bundles. There it is. As you'll notice, they still don't have the replacer bundle in here. I still can't access it in my bundles because this game is literally riddled with bugs. Okay. So the first thing we got to do is set up our loadouts. Guess we'll go here. And we got an assault rifle. And we'll go for this one here. And right there it is. Gingerbread. Boom. Going to the gunsmith. So the parts on it are, you know, this optic, which is fine. I would personally prefer something like maybe a 1.5. But it's going to change the overall look. So we're going to leave it alone. So it's got the short barrel, which is not what I would choose. I would choose maybe like the reinforced barrel because I like the damage range and velocity, but you know, it's fine. Again, if you change anything, it's going to change the overall look because it's, you know, it's not Mastercraft. Magazine, it's a bit much for me. I like extended mag 1, just so it doesn't, if you look at the aim down sight speed, right? Extended mag 1 is like way better for aim down sight, reload speed, you know, 15% better for sprint to fire, stuff like that. So I generally like extended mag 1, but again, you change it, it's going to change the overall look. Commando grip, which is okay. It's not too bad actually. You know, you can mess around with whatever you like, but that will change the look. Infiltrator stock, you know, I don't do a lot of aim walking. I would much prefer a light or a balanced stock just for the way I play. In that case, it doesn't change the overall look too much, but it does change it somewhat. So as long as you have your gunfighter wild card, you know, we could attach some other stuff to it. But you know, we're gonna play with it just stock here, just so I can see kind of what it feels like. I'd probably put some fire mod on here, probably the FMJ. Maybe recoil springs, but probably FMJ. Because firepower is kind of low there, and it could definitely be raised just a bit, but whatever. Alright, that's it, folks. Let's go over to customize for those who want to see it with camo on it. That's what it looks like with your basic camos here. Just real quick. Over the camos here. Doesn't look too good with camos on it. Looks kind of weird. Maybe with the gold. Looks kind of weird, huh? With a diamond, it really looks weird. So your specials. Yeah. I don't think you're going to be able to put camos on this one. Looks kind of strange. It's not too bad, I guess. But yeah, this is probably not one you're going to put camos on. Although you might get away with that. Alright. And next up, let's set up our operators. So I'll play a couple games with Weaver here. Hey, it actually showed up. There's Weaver. Or, of course, Maya is right there. Knitted out. And I'm going to change our finishing real quick. Alright, next up, let's go to our barracks and customize emotes and sprays. And let's change this up to our cool Christmas. Here it is. Totally worth it, man, just for that. Worth the $20 it cost just for that. Oh yeah, we're putting that right there. Oh yeah, that is sure to annoy folks. Would have been nice if they would have given us some sort of a spray or something. But although, like, you know, people don't really use sprays because they're kind of useless overall. Let me go over here to zombies just to show you the. But I just want to show you where it is. So over here in Wonder Weapons, right here it is. This is your skin, essentially a skin, blueprint skin for this here weapon, the I-11 Beamsmasher. So just make sure you select that. But keep in mind, that doesn't mean that you're gonna have it, okay? This is just gonna be the skin whenever you do get that weapon, okay? Make sure I choose my Maya skin there. And of course we got our gingerbread gun there. I just want to show you that we're not going to launch with that wonder weapon, okay? That's just going to be the skin whenever we get it, okay? Okay, so as you can see,
welcome to Liberty Falls.
That's the only weapon.
Population, well, less than yesterday.
So I just don't want people to buy the bundle thinking that they're going to get,
oh, lucky I'm still in one
you know, thinking that they're going to get that
I need you to look for survivors.
that
so
weapon
do any threats.
to use whenever they want.
Copy.
Just in case you're unfamiliar with how zombies work. I am not a fan, personally. I just hate that I have to pay to go through barriers. Because it's like, who exactly am I paying, you know? Am I paying the zombies?
Meh, not so much going on up there anyway.
Let's switch to third person. Maybe you can see the skin like that. Oh, I cannot play in third person here.
Max armor.
That's kind of funny.
Sorry you came here yet.
Flavor seems to be stale couch cushion.
There we go. These perks makes things a bit easier.
Insta-kill. Bonus points.
Congratulations. You just made Maya's top 10 grossest experiences ever.
Oh, sweet. Mystery? Yes.
Semtex, have fun.
Alright, so take this Gobblegum. Oh no, wait. Take this Gobblegum here. And hopefully... Come here, come here, come here.
Kaboom!
Hopefully, let's see what wonder weapon we get.
Wouldn't surprise me if this was the same one that Pandora chick got.
Ah, dang it. So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
I just wanted to show you
Normal
that
guns are for suckers.
just because you have the skin for that doesn't mean you're gonna be able to just launch and use it whenever you want. Okay. Couldn't even get it in the mystery box there.
Tear them to pieces.
So the whole reason I was playing this to show what the weapon looked like in zombies. But at least we can see
Boy,
this looks like.
Machine, you got snacks in there? I could
what this
really
gun
tear
looks
into
like.
some pork rinds right now.
Pack of punched gingerbread. Looks kind of cool.
And I'll do it again, many bloody times.
Tracers.
Insta-kill.
That's what you get for splattering your slop all over my good boots.
Kaboom!
Extraction bird in your AO. Limited time offer.
Look at it there. Pack of punched. That looks kind of weird.
Down there. Semtex out. This isn't permanent, yeah? I can't commit to having a pet right now.
Apple Mike, or get left behind.
Brew some coffee. Coming home.
So anyway, that's a quick look at least Maya in Zombies. I really wanted to show that weapon, but I'd have to keep playing for way too long. And I really don't care that much about that weapon, personally. And of course, as I showed in a previous video, it now wants me to enter Prestige 12, which doesn't exist. If you can go watch that video, I'm not going to do it right now. So now I'll head over to multiplayer, and we'll check out both of our different operator skins, Weaver and Maya. I should probably come to our weapons here, right? And check out that reticle. So, go to our gingerbread here. Customize. This is where you do it, by the way. Come over to customize, reticle, and then come over to shared. And right here is our reticle. So I guess I'll use this. I don't really want to, but I will. And you'll be able to use that reticle with any scope or optic that you want. Okay. And of course, I mean the only map that we can use to show our cool holiday skins is a Nuketown Holiday 24/7. All right, so we'll choose our gingerbread loadout. Aim down the side. See that reticle. Of course, we got to inspect the weapon.
Hardpoint is secure.
Looks pretty cool.
Got the lead. Now hold it.
And we are using Maya right now. So here's your tracers.
Hostiles on the hardpoint.
They look pretty cool.
Hardpoint locked down.
Death effect would have been much better, but what can you do, right? Man, that reticle is weird, dude.
Hostiles got the hardpoint.
Come on, no time to chuck a sickie.
That reticle is weird, dude. Really weird. It's so big.
Got a sniper.
You know, before we do any more, we should do this.
Hardpoint locked down.
Oh, come on, man. Have some Christmas cheer. Jerk. Look at him.
Hostiles on the hardpoint.
Grinch. Hey, I got a friend.
Concussion grenade sighted. Sharpshooter removed.
Eyes on shock charge.
So if you look at reload time, let's shoot some here.
Hostiles on the hardpoint.
It's a bit. That's why,
Hardpoint located.
Heads down. Sniper.
Hardpoint
Enemy
down.
flashbang.
extended one is usually better.
Enemy grenade.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint active.
Sharpshooter
Uh-oh.
removed.
Yeah. I reloaded and I'm like, uh-oh, there's two people there. Enjoy.
Enemy stun coming in. Enemy with Semtex.
So this is reactive as we're getting more kills. Check it out there.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Yeah, let them have it. We got Christmas music.
Hardpoint is secure.
No,
Requesting watchdog helo on
nobody
my
has any Christmas spirit. Come on, guys. First off, he shouldn't be looking at me. He should be trying to get the hard point. His team's losing. What are you doing, man?
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Enemy stun coming in. Eyes on Semtex.
You know, overall, this gun ain't bad. It could be, if you look at aim down sight, it could be a little faster, but it's not horrible. It is nice having the 60 rounds, you know what I mean?
Hardpoint locked down.
Enemy spotted.
Whoa,
Enemy spotted top
I
side.
got a shock stick. You know, I gotta say the, it shocked me. You know, the responsiveness, the movement, it's not bad. Because, you know, some of those parts, we have pretty good aim walking speed. I don't do a whole lot of aim walking personally, I'm more of a runner and slider, personally.
Hand cannon prepping
But
fire.
you know, if you're an aim walker, this should work pretty good for you.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the
It's pretty mobile overall. Not bad. Yeah, that reticle is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It is big. That is true. But it's not horrible. Again, pretty cool tracer there. What a, dude, I mean, what a total missed opportunity for a cool, like, snowy death effect, right? Like, you shoot them, and they just turn into snow. Poof. How cool would that have been? Or they could turn into a snowman or something. Or their head could turn into a snowman, you know?
Heads down.
Or to a, you know, to a snowman's head. Kind of like the emoji skins in Modern Warfare 3, where the heads would turn into an emoji head, and it was one of the most hilarious death effects of all time. Oh, we're totally winning this. Let's spread some Christmas cheer. I guess they're not in the Christmas mood, guys. They ain't having it, man. They are not having it.
Enemy with Semtex. That's what.
Well, I didn't make the final cut here, but the other Maya did. She looks pretty cool in the end there. I was a little busy trying to, you know, show off the skin there. All right, make sure we choose our gingerbread weapon. Now we are Weaver.
Secure the objective.
First things first. Check the weapon. Of course, you know, we know what it looks like. We saw it with Maya. And let's do this here with Weaver.
Hardpoint locked down.
All right, I guess we should probably get to it, huh?
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Right down.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Sniper, get down.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hostile Semtex. Enemy grenade.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Semtex, front.
Archangel swinging. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
You know, I would like a better scope on this. Like at least a .25, probably a 1.5, or even a 3.
Enemy sniper shooting.
Hardpoint active. The hardpoint.
You know, hardpoint is the worst mode to show off your skins.
TACOM, authorize LCR strike.
Trying to do some cool stuff here. As you can see, just like with Maya,
TACOM, have the
reactive
request
here.
napalm strike. Moving with our signal.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint located.
Molotov lit.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Here we go.
locked down.
Time of flight.
Attack up. Get a care package on my grid.
Hostiles at the hard point.
RCXD deployed.
Hard point is secure.
Optimal fire solution achieved. Sentry turret available.
Hard point located.
Sentry turret flying.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Hostile subject. Hostile sent. That's a kill.
You know, that reticle ain't... Oops. That reticle ain't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Sniper, get down.
Look at that. Pretty nice.
The hard point.
Actually. Doesn't... I thought it was going to take up more space and kind of like hide the, you know, your target, but it's not too bad.
Hard point locked down. Hang on. Let me call Langley. Give him the good news.
Stand down, people. All targets eliminated.
Oh yeah. Let's spread some Christmas cheer, what do you say? No, I mean, that's totally worth the $20. There we go. We got her sliding there. Looks kind of cool. Be funny if they would have given her elf shoes instead of normal boots. If you look at this book, looks like they actually put words in it, which is kind of funny. Deck the halls. Yeah, they actually took the time to put words in it for something. I'm going to guarantee you nobody but me has done this. It's like no one's showing this. No one cares. That's funny. Now, there's a good look at the tracer there. Right here, look at that. Impact up there. Green and red tracer. There we go, got a nice slide. While you're firing there. Jumping out the window. Cool looking skin overall. Maya's a good character because, you know, she has a good voice track. Whoa. One more time, look at those tracers. Cool green and red. The gun itself is reactive, but it's not it's not showing the reactivity here in theater mode, so don't worry about that. It shows it actually in game, as we saw. Here's a good one. Yeah, it kind of looks like Christmas lights whenever it impacts. Okay. All right, so here we jump out of the window and start to fire. Why not? And then we flip around here. That's a pretty cool one. That's a pretty cool shot there. And land, and then I think we flip around, yeah. Actually get a kill there. Again, that's your tracers. Looks all tracers and your impacts look pretty cool. Now that was a kill there. They hit me. I totally just flipped over. Totally flipped over there. All right, there's a closer look at Weaver. Of course, we're using the same weapon as we did with Maya. See, eye patch, Santa hat, loose beard on there, kind of a snowman sweater, lights up, you know. There's your muzzle, flash, your tracers here, your impacts. Again, very Christmassy, looks pretty cool. But as I've said 400 times already, they really missed out on a chance to make a cool death effect. And it's so obvious too, just, you know, turn him into a snowman or turn him into the snow or something. It's so obvious. There's a pretty good shot of Weaver. Right there. Let's screen cap that. Might want to use that for a thumbnail or something, you know. Looks pretty cool. Of course, you can do it out here too if you want to get that tracer. There's an inside shot, so you can really see those tracers here. Reticle. Here we are, jumping out of the window with Weaver skin. Of course, firing, because why not? It's a cool one there. So that is the new Tracer Pack Sweater Ops Reactive right here in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You know, there are some things that I might personally change just for the way I like to play. You know, again, keep in mind if you change anything, it's going to change the overall look. So I'd probably switch out to one of those scopes. I'd probably switch the short barrel to a reinforced barrel. I'd probably change the mag to extended 1 just to make it a bit faster. Commando's fine. Infiltrator stock. I usually prefer balanced. So then it ends up looking like that. Fire mods, I'd put probably JM on there because it's already pretty good with recoil, so I don't need the recoil springs. Don't really like lasers. Probably precision or maybe vertical. Just kind of depends. Maybe a launcher, but I'd have to change some stuff there, I guess. Vertical. And either a ported compensator or a standard compensator. There we go. So that's probably what I'd do. We still got some reactivity there, you know. But we do lose out on some of the look at that, you know, if that matters to you. Of course, you can always camo it up at that point. Which, you know, this one doesn't take camo very well, really. That's not too bad, I guess. But yeah, that's probably what I would do with it there to make it perform even better. I may change that mag back to 2. Just depends. Just depends, you know. But also, again, that reticle wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I'm not saying it's my favorite in the world, but it's not too bad, you know. The cash flow that we showed in a different video, I still can't use that one. It's just way too large. It blocks the actual target. And I thought that would happen with this one here, but this is actually not bad. At least for the way that I aim, it's not bad at all. You know, so we can, again, select that over in your customize and your reticle, and go over to shared reticles, and then you'll be able to select it for any scope or any optic that you want. That's the loading screen there. Get it big for you. That's what it looks like. It looks pretty cool, but I don't care that much about loading screens. You know what I mean? I just don't care. Yeah, I'd totally get this one if you're into the overall look. I love this Maya skin. It looks hilarious to me. She looks so annoyed if you look at her. She looks so annoyed to be wearing that. So yeah, dude, totally worth it. Also totally worth it just for this stupid emote that is sure to annoy people. The reticle is surprisingly good, and if you're into zombies, I mean, You know, that's pretty cool if you're into zombies, and that's a pretty, pretty good Gobblegum if you're into zombies. But yeah, if you want to pick it up, I definitely say pick it up. It is, pretty cool, pretty fun to play with. All right, so once again, that is your Tracer Pack Sweater Ops Reactive right here in Call of Duty Black Ops 6.